The Joker movie review Q&A. Spoiler alert!
Welcome to the Two Random Podcast. Tired of subscribing to 100 different podcasts?
Yeah.
SirXpress and ISpeakMotivate eliminate boredom while giving you their commentary on breaking news, movies, music, and so much more.
Going down, man.
Subscribe today and rate us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts now.
I always follow them.
Random is the only solution. Two Random Podcast starts in 3, 2, 1.
Hello. I'm ISpeakMotivate.
And I'm SirXpress.
And today we're coming to you with a Joker review-ish, Q&A-ish situation. We are issuing a Amber Alert. That is a spoiler alert.
I'm about to say an Amber Alert.
An Amber Alert is a spoiler alert. We would alert you on your phones like the government does, but we don't have that capability, technology, or the moolah. So we're just letting you know verbally what's going on. So we're going to, basically how it's going to go today is it's going to be a Q&A forum of us, SirXpress and I just going through these questions about the Joker movie. And
asking each other.
Here it goes now. The first question is, did you learn anything from this movie? If you did, what was it?
I guess the main thing I did learn from this movie is you can't always judge people's actions, and especially without understanding why they happen to be that way. Because with him, as Arthur Blank, he was always treated wrong. As a young child, he was abused. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta check with somebody's mindset. Check on somebody's mindset by knowing who and what they've been through.
What I learned from this, basically, is that us as a society needs to make sure everybody in any social, economic status or any other demographic is getting to the mental health that they need and deserve. Mm-hmm. Just because someone isn't in your specific circle doesn't mean we shouldn't reach out and get them the help they need. Because as we see in the end, it does affect you. You think it doesn't. It does.
Exactly.
And we are going to talk about that at the end. So you think it's fine cutting funding for people that need help cutting their medications and all of that. And you think it doesn't affect you. It does, boo. So we're going to go to the next question.
Next question is, who was your favorite character and why?
Of course. Dare I say,
Joker.
Arthur Fleck Joker.
So why?
Because he's such a sweet guy. Misunderstood. He was trying to, it's subtle things that he would do to, show that, he was a really caring person, and he took care of his mother. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it looked like he was so small because he would let her eat and he wouldn't eat, and he would work. So he was hardworking. He's my favorite, man, because the Joker is one of my favorite villains, period. But it's because he came from such a dark place And he suffers from rejection, abandonment, and things like that. And every part of him, his laugh, him wanting to be a comedian, even though he has had a tragic life. You know, I just love the Joker, man. Period.
I gotta say I do agree with you. Reason I say that is because just his story is so, powerful. The way that they tell it, the way they help you understand about mental health awareness, different things of that nature. His story is just reaches out and he grabs your mind so that you'll understand what people who have been through abuse or certain situations have a mindset. And all he wanted was somebody to notice and understand. And so I feel like a lot of times we as human beings, we tend to not pay attention to that. So that's my why. Because it really makes you pay attention to the mental awareness of others now.
Was there something you didn't understand about the film? And what was that?
No, I can't say there was anything, I didn't understand. And this is why, because everything they pretty much gave you detail about. Like, even if it was something that came up and snuck up on you, they gave detail behind that. And so, I feel like everything was pretty good. I didn't have any questions about anything that happened. So
okay, so in that case, what did you like least about the film then?
Least. Ooh.
You gonna have to spit it out, cuz.
I have to say that the part that I like the least would have to be when he was at the job, and instead of listening to him, his boss was just like, yeah, whatever, I already know that you have it, just give them their stuff back. And he's trying to tell them, I don't have it, I was hit in the face with.
Right. So basically, and that is the thing too, the Joker or Arthur was being blamed for something. First of all, he was the victim in the situation.
Exactly.
And then being blamed, for taking the sign.
Exactly.
Or talking about, you need to get it back. I was literally the victim. I was beaten, and you're telling me I need to go get this sign back that's broken in pieces in the middle of the alleyway where I was beaten.
Exactly.
And then so he was, it was so much hypocrisy in that.
And it had no real understanding behind it.
Like, why would he steal a sign? I mean, he needs his job. I mean, so, it's crazy.
Exactly. So my question for you, if you had a chance to ask the screenwriter a question, what would it be?
Are you doing the second one?
When
that
are
will
you doing
be
the second one?
are and when, and I have follow-up questions about
Can you be part
the
of
mother.
it?
I have some follow-up questions about the mother.
Like what are the follow-ups? I was just gonna say, what are the follow-ups?
The follow-up questions are this. I mean, could you have did a little stint in the past when she was working there, bruh? I want a stint. Just a teensy stint. Because you know how they went back in the past with her, in the room when they were questioning her regarding the abuse and stuff of Joker and things like that. I would like a little stint. It doesn't have to be long. Of when she was working for the Waynes.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see some things that are similar to the Joker, you know?
Right.
Or similar, or things that Wayne did that was similar to the Joker, because, you know, they hinted at him being the father.
Spoiler alert.
Of the Joker. Now, did any of the characters in this movie make you angry? Tell the people why.
Oh. Did any of the characters make me angry? I would have to say yes.
Mm-hmm.
And this is who.
Okay.
The big guy that came over there with the short man.
Randall, I think.
Yeah, he's the one that made me angry. Because he literally gave him the gun and then tried to act like, oh, I'm so innocent, I didn't do it. He's lying. Why are you lying? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I was getting very irritated about the situation, and I'm gonna just be honest about it.
But you know what's crazy though, because we're talking about delusions and stuff like that. But we're gonna go to the in the future on this theory, because it just popped on to me. We're gonna do that later.
Right. So my. Ooh, haha! I got one for you. You ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Which part of the story told by the movie was the most powerful, and why?
Okay. Well, this is gonna be hard because there's a lot of scenes that are pivotal. To me, what was most powerful when he was sitting on that bus and the 3 Wall Street guys were picking on that girl and he started laughing. And, you know, it's his condition. It doesn't reflect what, you know, he's have a card that this is a neurological condition.
Exactly.
And my laughing does not affect my current emotions. So in that moment, the young lady that was sitting there getting picked on, she probably thought that, you know, he's laughing at me, all these guys are jerks. But she eventually walked away. But he kept on laughing and laughing and laughing. And he's trying to, like, he chokes himself to try to stop himself from laughing, if you do notice.
Mm-hmm.
When he doesn't want to laugh for real. And they kicked him right in the middle
mm-hmm.
of them giving them the card and start beating him up. That was most powerful for me, because it's like it's saying that us as a society, we just look at what's considered black and white. We really don't care about people. We don't take the time to notice what someone's going through. Because first of all, the dudes were jerks, period.
Right.
Anyway.
Right.
But to me, usually if somebody's laughing, you think people are laughing with you. So first of all, it was like, usually people like, oh man, he's cool, he's laughing with us.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like, oh, he's laughing with us and he's below us. Why is he laughing with us?
Exactly.
And so they didn't give him a chance to show that, look,
exactly,
this is I'm sorry, I have this condition. You know, they even give him the chance. And I feel like we don't take a moment to pause and to look at all the mental disorders that are around us and people that are suffering, and we just care about ourselves and have, you know, own narcissistic, you know, selfishness going around, where we don't notice what people are going through. So that was just something for me